Biblical leadership, when power meets brokenness. Have you ever asked yourself, what if everything you believed about leadership, about strength, about authority, was too safe? When was the last time you saw a leader, someone who truly inspired, someone who truly led with a broken heart, not with a facade of perfection? Do you ever observe a position of power, someone called a leader, and deep down wonder, are they truly listening to the voices of those they lead? Or are they just hearing their own echo? Let's pause for a second or two. Feel that slight discomfort. Perhaps you're sitting in a meeting where the leader speaks flowery words about vision and mission, but your soul feels dry. Perhaps you read books on the art of leadership, but the words just bounce off, not touching anything deep within you. Or worse, you are the leader, and you feel lost, isolated amidst the crowd surrounding you. You wear a mask of strength, but inside, anxiety gnaws at you. This feeling isn't unique to you. Thousands, millions of people carrying leadership responsibilities, or being led, experience similar disconnections. We yearn for something different, something more authentic, but we don't know where to find it. We've become accustomed to the image of leaders always being strong, always right, never allowed to make mistakes. But is that truly the only way? We don't need to rush for answers yet. Just let that thirst rise, that thirst for a different kind of leadership, a different path. But the Bible has something no one tells you about leadership. Something that might turn all our traditional definitions upside down. Listen to this. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34 verse 18. And another verse. My power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. Really? So what if your weakness isn't a flaw, but an invitation? An invitation for God's true power to be revealed through you? What if your doubts, your failures, your deepest wounds are actually the very doorway to deeper faith, to more effective, more authentic leadership? We've been taught that leadership means being strong, being in control. But the Bible paints a completely different picture. Let's ponder a spiritual paradox that might make you pause. The first paradox, you must lose control to find true peace. We, as leaders, often crave control over everything, from project outcomes to team emotions and even our own image. But the Bible shows that only when we are willing to surrender that control, placing it in the hands of the Almighty, do we truly find peace. Moses, the great leader of the Israelites, had to learn to release his control, deferring judgment to God, and only then did he miraculously lead his people across the Red Sea. God's strength is often most evident when we recognize our own helplessness. The second paradox. God's silence is not his absence, but a test. When faced with difficult decisions, with seemingly insurmountable challenges, sometimes we pray, we ask for guidance, and then silence. That silence can leave us bewildered, doubting, even feeling abandoned. But is God truly absent? Or is he waiting? He's waiting for us to be patient enough to listen, trusting enough to walk in the dark, humble enough to realize that he wants us not only to hear his words, but to feel his presence in that stillness. Elijah, the mighty prophet, found God not in the windstorm, earthquake, or fire, but in a gentle whisper. 1 Kings 19 verse 12. Perhaps the silence you hear from God is because he's waiting for you to be still enough to hear him whisper. The third paradox. Prayer is not about changing your circumstances, but about changing yourself. We often pray to change situations. Lord, make my work smooth. Lord, resolve this conflict. Lord, remove this difficulty. But sometimes what he does is change us. He changes our hearts, our minds, our attitudes so that we can face and overcome those circumstances. Paul prayed 3 times for his thorn in the flesh to be removed, but the answer he received was, My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. The change was within him, in how he perceived his own weakness. These truths can be subtly haunting. They challenge every paradigm we've built around leadership. Do we dare face our own weaknesses? Do we dare seek God in the silence? Are we willing to let God change us instead of just trying to change our circumstances? So, how do we begin to live by these paradoxes? How do we become a biblical leader, someone authentic, strong in weakness, and truly listening? Try this. Don't rush to find sophisticated leadership courses or complex strategies. Tonight, before you scroll, before you sleep, sit in silence for just 60 seconds. Don't speak. Don't ask for anything. Just listen. Take a deep breath and open your heart. Ask yourself, if God truly is real, what might he be trying to say to you right now? Is he inviting you to release a burden? Is he comforting you in his silence? Is he pointing out an aspect of yourself that needs to be transformed? This isn't a call for you to become perfect. This is a gentle invitation to explore a deeper dimension of faith and leadership, where brokenness meets power, where weakness becomes strength. Let your inner voice guide you. And finally, ask yourself, what if the very thing you've been avoiding is where he's been waiting for you all along? Don't preach. Don't conclude. Leave a space in the listener's heart. Let them seek the rest of the answers for themselves to discover this paradoxical yet powerful journey of leadership.